welcome to Boomer and Senior Travel TV. I'm your host, Debbie Gerber. I am giving you some information as a warning and as a help. It's especially difficult for people who don't travel a lot, and maybe you're just retiring and you're just starting on your travels and booking travel. Or maybe it's the first time for you. Or like me, you run into something when you've traveled for a long time that you thought that you knew about but missed the boat. This warning is about booking fees and charges that they don't tell you about. And it's legal. And there's nothing you can do about it. Well, actually there is. If you know about it, sometimes it can save you some money. We recently booked a trip to Mexico. We booked it through a vacation package. And this company that we booked through had a bunch of different packages for vacations for Mexico. We asked them to find us a really good deal, which they did. It was a marvelous deal. And I've traveled with this company a lot, and they've always been very good. We were flying out of a different city, and so they put us on an airline that we had not traveled on before. When I got my confirmations, I checked to make sure that our names were spelled right, that the dates were correct, and that the confirmation numbers were there so that I could print it out. As I did that, I noticed that my husband's name was not spelled correctly. They had used, his name is Galen, and they had used an O on the end instead of an A. So I called them back, and they quickly changed that. It was no problem. And then I got looking at it closer, and we were supposed to arrive at our destination. We were going to book into the hotel on the 24th, but our airline left the night of the 24th, and actually it was an overnight flight, so we weren't getting there till the 25th. Well, that was a problem. So I called them back and said, do you realize that this flight is a next day flight? We are leaving on we're leaving on the 24th, but not arriving on the 24th. Again, they were very good and very quick to change that to the 23rd so that we arrived the morning of the 24th. But had I not checked my reservations very closely, we would have been stuck with that, or a large change fee. Check your reservations closely. Read through them a couple of times. Make sure that they're correct, whether you book the travel or whether someone else books it for you. Now, the next thing that we ran into, this was Debbie Learns Again, because we travel a lot, and we try to share these things with you on the show. This time what happened was, this new airline, out of the side on our reservation, it said, check baggage, limits, and rules. Okay, well, I know that usually it's 50 pounds and that you can have about a 62-inch total bag, and and that you can have a carry-on for free, and I thought all of those things because that is fairly normal on most flights. Now, it does vary a little bit. Sometimes the flights will charge for a checked bag internationally, and sometimes they won't. Some have a free baggage, very few in the U.S., and some charge for all bags. Well, the day that I went to check in, so this is the day before we're flying, I go to check into the airline, and I go online, put my information in that the travel service had given me, and went to print my tickets out, because one thing I do know is that it will make it a shorter trip in the airport. There's not as much wait if you already have your tickets printed, and you can print them online, or with some airlines you can download them and have a virtual, or have it on your phone, a mobile app of it on your phone. I went in to check into my flight to make sure that we had seats and to make sure that I could print the tickets and all of those things I usually do before I go on a trip. And lo and behold, it said that they charged for a carry-on. It was $25 for carry-on had I booked it that I was taking a carry-on, or booked that I was taking a checked bag when I booked the trip. Well, I didn't know that. So here I am the day before, and now it's $40 if I have a carry-on and $35 if I have a checked bag. Big surprise! But guess what? There's nothing I can do about it at that point. So I go ahead and I put them in, because if I go to the airport, it's $45 for my checked bag and $50 for my carry-on. So I need to do it before I get there. I also learned that if I don't print my tickets out online and that I go to the counter and have them printed, it is an extra $10 per person to have them print my travel ticket. So I'm really glad that I did it online, because I was able to save some money there. So be sure that you try checking online. Call the airline if you're not sure of their rules, which is what I did, because their list of baggage rules and fees were quite long. If you joined a membership, it was less money. But I might not travel with them again. Probably won't travel with them again, because I'm not real thrilled about the fees that they charge. Nor am I excited that they don't really tell you up front so that you know. I will probably not travel with them again, which is why I'm not really saying the names of things. Although if you go to my blog, I will be posting a review of my travel on there in another week, and then you can see exactly what travel services I have used. So be sure that you check everything, your confirmations, your names, your passports if you need them. Be sure that you know whether or not going into another country, there's going to be a fee to enter the country. We went to Turkey. It was quite a bit of money to enter the country. I think it was like, I can't remember, maybe $60, $70 to enter the country. In Mexico, I think it's going to be somewhere between $20 and $25 to enter the country. So be sure that you at least check and have an idea of what the fees are going to be if you need to buy a visa or a travel card, tourist card, as you enter the airport and go through customs. That's usually where, if you don't have to get one ahead of time, they may have you get one there. And some places don't, but you need to find that out ahead of time, because they may not take whatever either currency or card that you're carrying with you to purchase that. Not only do airports and airlines charge fees for things that you might not be ready for, but so do hotels and resorts. There's now a new thing called a resort fee, or a usage fee. That can run anywhere from $1 or $2 a day up to $15, $20 a day. The only way to find out about that, because usually it doesn't even say anywhere on your booking that they're going to charge that. So I always, before I book a hotel, I call that hotel and ask them, are there any fees that won't be included with the reservation that I'm making? Is there going to be a resort fee, a usage fee, a utility charge, any of those fees, and then they will tell you how much that will be, because that gives you the true cost of what you're paying for. Just like with the airline, had I known that I was going to pay an extra $140 for our bags, I may have been able to do another airline with little or no extra, and not go through the hassle that I've gone through. Check your hotels and check your airlines for fees that you are not being charged at the time of booking. Another big surprise that I had with this airline is, if I wanted to pick a seat, I have to pay extra. And they have levels of extras in the very back of the plane. I could pay $10, and then I could sit next to my husband. I know I'd have a seat next to him. As it is, I'm cheap. I didn't. We probably won't sit together. It says that you can't choose. If you go up and ask them to seat you together, they will charge you for a seating fee, picking your seats. But if the seats are important to you, then that might be something you pay for. A lot of airlines have a variation to that. Of course, first class we know is an upcharge. There's also bigger seats. There are seats where there's not a seat in the middle. There are a variety of different levels of seating. There's an economy, there's a premium, and then there's a first class on some airlines. And they all charge an upcharge for the nicer seat. More leg room, bigger area, bigger seat, less hassle, more service. You have to determine whether you want to pay those upcharges. Most airlines, though, I see that when I book it rather than seeing it later. So, again, just be aware, check into things, make sure you know what you're going to be charged so that you don't have sudden surprises when you get to the airport or when you get into a country or when you go to check out of a hotel and you didn't expect to pay those extra fees. Another extra thing that I always check for is, do they have internet? Is it wireless? Where is it available? Is it available in your room? Is it available only in a lobby? Is it available only in a internet cafe area? Where and how much do they charge for the internet service at a hotel? For me, that's a vital service. I need to have that while I am traveling. You might not, but if it is something you need to check because you may get to a hotel and find out that the service that you need is not available. I found that on a cruise ship. For internet service, I could not upload the videos. The picture files or the video files were too large to upload because the speed and they had a limit on the size of your file that you could transfer. So even though I was using my own computer and trying to use Dropbox, I knew that it wouldn't go through email because it was too large for that. I tried a couple of different services and it was just a no-go. Later I found out from the cruise line that they do limit the amount or the size of the file that gets transferred. Again, if you're a business person and you need to be sending those kind of files, you need to have that information before you travel. Love to hear from you. I love my viewers. I'm thrilled that you watch my show. I'm here to help you. In order to help you, that means if you have things that you need help with, I need to know what they are. So please, come to my website, www.boomerandseniortravel.tv, and leave me a comment or contact me there and let me know what I can help you with your vacation. What things can I cover? What subjects would help you or topics would help you the most? And if you have any tips to share, please let me know. I will reference you on the show if you leave those tips and list them on the blog. I would love for you to help me help other boomer and senior travelers in their vacations. One way we can do that is please share these shows with others that you know that love travel or would like a virtual vacation. It's also a very good resource for homeschools and teachers as I try to explain some of the things and history about the places that I travel. Here's to you having great vacations.